Hey guys, it's Amy. I'm back with another video. We have a lot to go over because it's been 10 days, guys, since I did a video. I didn't realize it had been that long, so I apologize. I'm going to try to do at least a video a day. I've got to start doing that because it's just, we got to get on the ball, y'all. But anyway, if you're new here, guys, I do teach Gematria. It is the practice of coding letters into numbers, a Kabbalah language. If you don't know what it is, look it up. It's as simple as A equals 1, B equals 2, C equals 3. Exactly the way they taught you in school, right? So when we left off on the last video, we were somewhere around March 12th, March 13th. So we're just going to start right here on March 13th with the metal drummer, Joshua. So this headline came out around the 13th. He actually died on the 8th on, the murder date. If you're new here, murder equals 83 and 38. So it's a murder number. So this guy gets hit by a bus. And of course, a lot of the drummers die in 38 rituals, either 38 days before or after a birthday. A lot of them die at age 38. And this one's in a bus accident at on 3/8. So it says that he was rehearsing with the band on Wednesday, March 8th. And he took a train and he was hit by a bus. And March 8th just happened to be the 67th day of the year, and his name equals 67, just like the blood and human sacrifice. And guys, again, if you're new here, you're going to see these numbers over and over and over. So don't get discouraged because I promise we only talk about, I'm going to say possibly 10 to 20 numbers that are always thrown at you in the headlines, always. And it's always pertaining to certain rituals too. So like when we're talking about murders, you're going to see those 38s and 83s, sacrifices, deaths. You're going to see the 67, 86s, and things like that. So you'll get used to the numbers. When you see 47, you're going to know it's a government number. Um, so there's certain numbers that play out within certain rituals and over and over and over. Hence why they say, history repeats, right? And we can see it happening. We're going to see so many people when we go through this with that 67. So just keep your eye on the 67 as we go through these. And it's been a while, a few days since I've done them, so I've got a lot in here. So I'm going to be reading through them with you just the same because I can't keep up with all of them. That's why I started my blog so that I could document them and, have some way of something archived to where we can go back and see these rituals and compare them to, the ones to come. So we also got Akon paying tribute to Costa Titch. I hope that's how you say his name. He died on stage over the weekend of that weekend, and he collapsed. So let's see. He was born on September 10th. That's his real name right there. I ain't even gonna try to say that one. Like he died on March 12th, right? And this is where he died at. This is where he fell off stage. And look, there's the date. March 12th, like the day he collapsed. And he's dead at age 28. We know that's a kill number. See right there? He was collapsing on stage. Zach's been talking a lot about the collapsing, and that's what we're seeing, all around with the banks and the football ritual that happened. Um, and you're just seeing people collapsing and dying everywhere. And, I really do. I'm on board with Zach when he says that these are showing of something bigger to come. And I believe it's definitely going to be the banking systems. We got to get the one world currency in here and things like that. So they're going to keep doing it. Now, check this out. He was also best known for Big Flexa, right? So remember how we talked about the music festival being March 12th, or not March 12th, but that's the day he died, and it equaled 1, 2, 3, like the date he fell off the stage and collapsed. So he's known for his big hit, Big Flexa. And if you look up Big Flexa, it actually released on December 3rd, just like the day he died, right? Because you can write the date 12/3, or you could write it 3/12. In America, we would write December 3rd, 12/3. Everywhere else would write it 3/12. So you've got him dead now on 3/12 or 12/3. Here's where he died, and here's where he got famous. The same date. See how they do these patterns, man? Like, and look, like he was convicts. That's convict. He's a different rapper, so you can see whose tribute he was, right? So like that's his tribute. Like these patterns play out over and over and over again. And he dies 100 days from the anniversary release, and we know that's a deal with the devil. So he made a deal with the devil, released an album on 12/3, died 100 days later on 12/3, and he died here 12/3. So literally his life and death when he signed his contract was scripted around 12/3. You can see it. He's dead there. That's the date he died. It's also the date he released his big old hit that made him famous. And he died 100 days from the anniversary of it coming out. And a Faustian bargain, that's a deal with the devil, man. Look, he signed to his music label right there, Akon. And guess who paid tribute to him in the headlines? Think about Hunger Games and how they have the tributes, right? And then they all die except for one. Well, looky here, all these tributes. So Akon signed him, and then you got all these 12/3s, 1, 2, 3, involved in this man's death. These are sick, sick stuff they do, guys. Sick. So this guy got, I don't want to say the word because I don't want to get a strike on my channel, but you know what we all went through in 2020. So he created a page like he's an anti, so he is dead at the age of 50. He was an influencer and dirt road discussions, and it was on the other channel. It's not like Facebook. I'm trying to think of what it's called, Telegram. So he had this Telegram channel pushing misinfo, right? And he he told everybody he was taking the ivermectin, right? So they make this story about how he died, and it's probably because of side effects because of that. He unexpectedly died on 3/3. Well, we know what 3/3 is, 33 degrees of Masons, things like that. And he died 220-day span from his birthday. So he died on 3/3, that Masonic number. And we know Skull and Bones is the Brotherhood of Death, secret societies, running Yale, running the government. Like, and he died 220 days from his birthday. Look, they call him a ivermectin influencer. Like, like, see those 3/3s? Like, sick rituals, man, just sick. So this guy here, let's see, Bobby Caldwell, What You Won't Do for Love. He's the singer and the songwriter, and he's dead at 71. And there's his name, 71. So he's dead at age 71. His name equals 71. That's a pattern we see all the time. He's dead 154 days from his birthday. Another pattern we see all the time. So dead at 71, 154 days from his birthday. So if we read it in numbers, we're going to read the ritual sacrifice of Bobby Caldwell, age 71, 154 days. His number was up. Think about these phrases where they come from all the time. So on March 15th, there was a big headline in the paper about a service member found dead at the Pentagon parking lot. And of course, look, this is how they do it right here. Officials with the Pentagon Operations Center arrived at the scene at 3:30. Of course, we just talked about the 33, right? So that's why they arrived at around 3:30. And here's your little character that's going to tell you the story that we all have to believe. Look, there he is. So here's our chosen puppet for this one. And we're a span of 144 days from the anniversary of him taking office. So, and we know that's that Jesuit order mark of the beast number we talk about all the time. And looky there, 223 days from the other one. Like, these people are sick. It's because it's the same patterns over and over and over. That 223 that we're seeing right here, that's why we knew in this community, if you're new here, in this community, we knew today was going to be, a big day for crappy headlines or rituals and things like that. We ended up having a school pew pew today, and we had we'll go over it in a minute, but there's a guitarist that's dead 223 days from his birthday today on 322. Because today's date, Skull and Bones are known as Order 322, so they represent themselves with a skull and a crossbones, and these are all just rituals that they continue to do over and over and over. Like, look, on the 16th of March, here's your headlines, right? So, Poland breaks with NATO. Poland, Poland, Poland. Just every news article, no matter who the writer is, they all say the same words. They all have the same typos. Like, start paying attention. Start reading different articles about the same exact thing, and I guarantee you those articles are going to pretty much be word for word. Just a different name at the top. Like AI is writing these articles. Like, so we got Poland. Look, on a 62 date numerology, Poland 62 and 26. So here's your date numerology for this headline. March 16th, 62, 26, Poland 62, 26. And it's 62 days from the anniversary or the president's birthday, and 144 days from him taking office. We just seen the 144 with the other dude, right? And now we're right here with another one, 144 days. So now Poland's in the headline. The president is 144 days from him taking office, 62 days from his birthday. 62 equals Poland. Date numerology 62. And there's all your headlines that day. Fit the script, right? Like, see, I told you it's the same numbers over and over and over again because it's just, like the 144 with Poland. And then we've seen this ritual with this guy in the headline, 144 days. See, they're all appearing in the headlines in these same patterns. All these players or characters or whatever you want to call them. So we got the famed 70s drummer Jim Gordon. He was convicted of killing his murder. He's dead at the age of 77. So I wanted to look at his mom's death, since they put it in the headline. I was like, So this is the headline on March 15th. So Jesuit orders, 15/3, so 153. And he actually died on the 13th. So if you notice, his name is 121, which is a sacrifice number. And 121 is the reason that he's actually in the headlines on the 15th instead of the 13th, right? So right there, 121 days from his birthday. So he died on the 13th, but they didn't put it in the headlines until the 15th because of this reason right here. Because they talk in numbers and rituals. Now, his mom actually died in 83. And we just talked about 38s, 83s, right? So his mom died in 83. So he was convicted of killing her on June 3rd. He attacked his 71-year-old mother. She was killed on the 154th day of the year. We just talked about that 2 posts ago with that one. So, and look, her name equaled 154. So she was killed on the 154th day of the year. Her name equals 154, so does ritual sacrifice. He got sentenced on July 10th. So if we add in, these 4 base ciphers, look. So he got sentenced on July 10th, and she was killed on the 154th day of the year. Like, it's sick rituals, man. 121 days from dude's birthday. Dead in, 83. So they tell you. because we're just supposed to believe what they say. So we also got the headline, some more race rituals, and they did this one in a big 201 ritual. So on March 15th, we got these headlines here, and we just went over the Jesuit order, so we knew there was going to be big headlines, so they had to bring in some race. Crump's always the puppet for the black violence shaming rituals. He's always the puppet. And March 15th was the 74th day of the year, so they're bringing up the killing, Lucifer Masonic killing of Rashim. And see why he's always the puppet for them, like. So they brought up the fact, now this guy went missing months ago, right? But now all of a sudden this trail cam comes up. And you're like, what? But look, trail cam matches right on in there. So we got Crump telling you about the trail cam on the 74th day of the year about how they killed this dude or think this dude's dead, right? He was last seen on October 2nd, and we know 102 is a big black shaming number, and you can see why on the screen. I'm not going to say the word, but 102 is a big, you'll see this with a lot of black rituals, so pay attention. It's going to be, every time it's going to be the same thing. And from the day that he went missing to the headline where the trail cam came out was 201 days. And if you're new here, the 201, you're going to hear it all the time. That's why you get your president on January 20th. Like, there's so much to this. Right now, we're living under the first Jesuit Pope who's living in Suite 201, whose name equals 201. You look it up. He's the only Pope to have ever lived in Suite 201 at the Vatican. You know? Like, so he was found dead on November 2nd. Sorry, so I said he was still missing, but he was actually found dead on November 2nd. So they found the trail cam as evidence now. So on November 2nd, he was found dead. There's that Brotherhood of Death again. So we got Sacrifice, Lynch, Rasheen Carter, and the last place he was seen was the Super 8 Motel. And then Crump, our player puppet, this headline about the trail cam, it comes out 157 days from his birthday in Mississippi. That's where it happened, is 157. His mom says he was running for his life, and they put that in quotations in the headlines. And you can see why they put that in quotations in the headline, because that's the number they want you to focus on. That way, this stuff is in your head because these people are controlling your mind. So there was a Mississippi lynching because that's what they called it, running for his life. Those are the words they highlighted. And every article is written the same. So no matter who's writing it, like, see right here, look at the quotations. Running for his life. No matter what article you look at, it's going to be there. They pull your attention whether you know it or not, and most don't know it. So Lance Reddick died, and he was from the Wire and John Wick. So he played on two different films that made him famous. And look here, what I wrote in the article that day. All the headlines are worded the same. So look, Lance Reddick, The Wire and John Wick star, dies at 60. Oh, Lance Reddick, star of The Wire and John Wick, dead at 60. Oh, and look, CNN. It's all the same stuff. Like, they can't word it just a little different. So he's dead at 60 on the 76th day of the year. Sorry, my dog's gonna bark, y'all. We know those are black shaming numbers. So, like, we know those are black shaming numbers. Like, there's those 42s, and you'll learn those. Hang tight, guys. Okay, sorry, I'm my dog. So he's dead 83 days from his birthday. We just talked about that, and look what his name equals. Or not his name. This is the name he played of the guy on The Wire. So on The Wire, he played Cedric Daniels, and now he's dead 83 day span from his birthday. See, there's his character on The Wire. It's what all the headlines brought your attention to. The Wire, John Wick, John Wick. See? Like, so they got the black shaming numbers in there. They've got the murder numbers in here. They killed him 83 days from his birthday after they let him play Cedric Daniels and get famous. Like, now, The Wire premiered on June 2nd. And June 2nd is 62, those sacrifice numbers. We just seen them in the post before this one, the 62s. And then when you look at the John Wick film, he's dead 144 days from the anniversary. See? We've only went over like 5 posts, guys, and we've already seen the 144 3 times. Do you see how these numbers are repeating these same rituals over and over? Over and over, y'all. And then look, okay, so on March 17th, we got the protest. This is going to be kind of like the Poland thing, right, with the 62s in Poland. So on protest in March 17th in France because they raised the retirement age, right? So that's what your headlines were. And look, the 76th day of the year, retirement age is 76, protest is 76. And we're 30 or 58 days from the anniversary of him taking office. And look what his name equals, 58. Same patterns over and over. It's like their number gets called and they have to put them in the headline. It's like, oh, it's your turn. It's a 58 day today. Stepped up here. We're going to have you some protests. Like, you got to understand, like, all of the media is owned by like 6 people. You know, they just have like this one will own 6 more and this one will own 6 more. And you'll think you're looking at different news and you're not. You're looking at the one at the top's what's telling all these little places to say. And people can't wrap their mind around that. Like, I don't know. But we got some more fear porn from Mexico on the 17th. So now we got this lady missing in Mexico. But check this out. So here's her name. What day did she go missing? If you said February 9th, you are correct. She went missing on the 9th of February. And look, there's that skull and bones number. See, skull and bones are known as the Order 322 or the Brotherhood of Death. They are a senior secret student society at Yale University. And guys, just so you know, Yale University turns 322 years old this year, so that's why you're seeing all the craziness. So it too was a headline on the 76th day of the year. And where did she go missing from? Right there, matching that skull and bones number on the 76th day of the year. The headline came out 121 days before her 64th birthday. So, and the FBI is investigating it. So they're on it. Have no fear, y'all. They got it covered. I bet they do. I bet they do. So we're 121 days away from her 64th birthday. Do you think she's still alive? No. She was kidnapped 158 days from her birthday. We just talked about that number too. So, if she's real, she's not alive. I can tell you that. If she's real. So then we got Trump making big old headlines. He's going to be arrested on Tuesday, which was yesterday, and it didn't happen. But watch this. So here's Trump. A equals 1, B equals 2, C equals 3. His name equals 88, and it was 88 days before his birthday. Like, and he calls this big old, oh no. Look, see how they say it's corrupt and highly political. 77th day of the year. I think if there's any day that he's probably going to get arrested, which I don't even know if he will or not, because like I said, these are just fear headlines to make people have something to talk about, so that they don't focus on the real enemy and the real cause of what's happening. But they all kept calling him former President Donald Trump, and normally they don't do that. Normally they call him Mr. Trump. And for some reason, all the headlines kept putting this in there, and I was like, hmm. And then that would be 83 days. So we'll see if it happens tomorrow, if it's just some more fear propaganda, you know. So on the 18th, we got a shooting. It was a baseball player that got shot at this university, and it has the 223 and the 115, and we know those are Masonic numbers. And of course, they have to put it in the headline that it happened at 3 minutes after 7. The shooting happened at 3 minutes after 7. You know, year 2023, we know that's the skull and crossbones, the synagogue of Satan, both equal 223. It's just the same rituals over and over and over. So on the 18th, we got Clarence dead at the age 81. And he came from the Parliament Funkadelic. And he's dead 83 days from his birthday. Same pattern we just seen, right? So I told you we're just going to talk about the same numbers over and over. So he's dead 83 days from his birthday. There's another one. And then we got this representative. She got arrested for a DUI charge. And the crash happened on Capitol Avenue on March 16th. So we can see, you know, who she's working for, why they're putting the address out there. We're 251 days from her taking office, so you have to wonder if it ain't her ritual sacrifice, what's getting ready to happen with her. So one of two things is happening in those type of situations. Either they're making the headlines because they're getting ready to be, they want you to, I guess, put their name out there, and then that way they'll get votes, right? Or it really was an attempt to go ahead and take you out, and it didn't go through. So it's going to be one of the two. Either you're going to see this woman start pushing some stuff, they're going to start putting this woman in the headlines, you know. So we also got TikTok's big in the headlines right now, where they're trying to ban it and stuff. So on the 76th day of the year, we got this girl in the headline, dead at the age of 30, suffering migraines for months. 76th day of the year, migraine 76. And then she's dead on 17/3, right? So, but if you read the article, it says that she had just been diagnosed and shared this on TikTok, right? So she had been documenting her health on TikTok with optic neuritis, and now she's dead on March 17th. If she's even real, you know, like if she's even real, there's that 83 again. Like, do we even know? Like, we don't. Everything's digital. You know, they can blow up like all kinds of stuff in movies and it looks completely real. But people think they can't do it in the news. Like, that's what I don't get. Like, it happens all the time in you know, in movies, and then they're like, "Oh, they can't do that." They do it every day in every movie. But let's go on, guys, because I don't want this to be too long. So, Peter Hardy, McLeod's daughter star, is dead at age 66 from drowning. I don't know how you could be, you know, actors make up a very small percentage of the world, right? The ones that are in the headlines. But there's freaking a lot of them that die from just weird shit, like boating accidents, drownings. I think last year there was 3 of them that got hit on a bicycle. Like, what? We have NFL players running across the interstate because they're out of gas. People worth millions are just running across the interstate at 6 o'clock in the morning because they're out of gas, you know, whatever. Like, but anyway, so 62 date numerology, sacrifice is 62. He's dead at the age of 66, right? Number of the beast, and McLeod's daughters. So what was he famous for? McLeod's daughters. It equals 66, and he's dead at age 66. And it has a complete overlap of all 4 base ciphers of Gematria with number of the beast. So he got famous for that, and then he died at age 66. He was in 44 episodes. and 64 days from his birthday. So he had 44 episodes. So they killed him after 44 episodes, 64 days from his birthday. His McLeod's daughters actually released on August 6th, which is 8/6, which is a blood human sacrifice number, and that's 223 days from the anniversary. So he died 223 days from the anniversary. That same number. And there's the day it released. So when they released that, they already knew he was going to be a blood sacrifice. 223 days from the release. They would give him 44 episodes, and then they would kill him off. Like when you learn these patterns, you can't deny it. Like you can't deny it. They're saying he died. The last thing he posted was a picture from Fremantle, and they're marking their ritual, right? Those two beaches was the last places he was seen or posted from before he went under. Like these people are sick, man, just sick. So we got the first Las Vegas magician, and she's dead at the age of 100. I'm like, what? But look, all the headlines, look at Las Vegas Strip. Las Vegas Strip's 183. She's dead on 183. She's 100 years old. We already talked about that Faustian bargain. This is a kill date headline because once a month you have the date numerology that will line up with the kill. So kills 44, 17, 64, 28. And one day a month, you're going to get at least three of these numbers in your date numerologies, and you'll see all kinds of people dead. Normally, it's comedians and drummers, like those kill numbers. Normally, it's comedians and things like that. She was known for being a magician, and it says that she performed her very first one was on May 14th, and then she died 57 days from it. So, and then she happened to be born on 258 25/8, August 25th. Like, these people are sick, man. Like I said, it's just the same rituals over and over. We got the Paul Grant actor. He collapsed at King's Cross Station. See, we just talked about the 44s and 64s. So, he was Ewok on Star Wars, and he played in Harry Potter. He's dead at the age of 56 on March 19th, 4 days after he collapsed. And we know that 4 is a number associated with death. So they tell us that the police found him at King's Cross on Thursday, March 16th. And then 4 days later, on March 19th, he's dead. So he collapsed 70 days before the anniversary of the film. And this is where he collapsed. 70 days from the film date. And that's where he collapsed at. They decided to switch off his life support 67 days from the anniversary, which is that sacrifice number. And there's that 144 again. That's the one he went into right there. So, and he became a ritual. Selling your soul for fame and money. We got a former Kentucky basketball player dead at the age of 67. We just talked about the 67, or 67 days before his birthday, I'm sorry. Yep, on the 79th day of the year, so we knew that was a murder day. There he is. He's dead on the 19th, 67 days before his birthday. Like, it's always the same patterns, man. The same patterns. We got Willis Reed dead. He's from the New York Knicks. And every time that there's like a Super Bowl, you'll see football players dying. You start seeing the World Series, baseball players start dying, and we're in March Madness, right? So we got the New York Knicks great Willis Reed is dead at the age of 80 on the 80th day of the year. Look, there's that 154 again. He drafted in 64 and he's dead 44 days from his draft anniversary. So just like we seen in the last one that played on 44 episodes. So this one, he drafted in 64 and he's dead 44 days from the draft anniversary. And his name equals 64. So, yep, same things over and over and over. And then we got the Rebecca Jones. She's a famous Mexican American actor. She's dead at the age of 65. Yeah, she's dead at the age of 65. And she had just released a movie, or it's getting ready to come out. In the last post, she had posted a bunch of photos and for the film Nothing to See. So Nothing to See is 61, and now she's dead 61 days before her birthday. And all the articles are talking about how weird it is. And then look right here, it says, she continued, did you already go to the cinema to see it? No? Well, run to see it, and you'll see that with the script and actors, there is a lot to see. If people could just open their eyes, there really is a lot to see, but people can't see past the bullshit they're doing, you know? I'll do a different post on the shooting because I still want to look into it a little bit more. And then, last but not least, guys, we got Sweeney up here. Sweeney, Wayne. And guess what? You couldn't have scripted it any better. Today is 3/22. He is dead 223 days before his birthday. So here's the Facebook post on October 31st telling him happy birthday. And now he's dead 223 days later on 3/22 from a brain hemorrhage. There's that 83. And there's those 44 64s. Tying it all together with every post we just did. So we just went over like, I don't know, 8 people's deaths, and we only talked about like 6 numbers. Guys, when you learn it, there's no way to deny it. Love y'all. I'll talk to you soon. Have a good evening.